a spaghetti strap, full support. So I don't really think these lived up to the hype. This is definitely more of a statement rather than function piece. They paid a lot of attention to the seams. They're definitely tight around this area, like I have very minimal stretch. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with little Pinto, who doesn't want to look at the camera. He's not as good as Peach. Peach has a lot of practice on the camera. But we are reviewing the brand Set Active. I was gonna put him down, but he seems kind of happy. I've gotten a ton of requests to review Set Active, and I'm finally doing it. And I'm really excited because this brand seems a little bit different than other activewear brands. I definitely see them as like an Instagram influencer brand because a lot of famous influencers wear them, but not necessarily fitness influencers. It's kind of weird because I really don't see a lot of actual fitness influencers promoting Set Active. The people I actually see wearing this are like the bigger like beauty style lifestyle YouTubers, like Sierra, I think her name is. I'm gonna put them up here. Danielle Carolyn. I've seen like a bunch of their little squad wearing this. Emma Chamberlain has worn them, but again, not the fitness influencers. So for me, it's kind of weird for like a fitness brand to be worn mostly by like not fitness influencers. These are also people who almost always only wear Lululemon, so kind of interested to see how the quality of these are going to be, because if you're used to wearing Lululemon and you're wearing this a lot, so like maybe it's just a different strategy they're going for, or maybe they feel like fitness influencers won't like this stuff. I guess we'll see. As a sort of fitness influencer, after reading their website, it seems like they're kind of going for like an athleisure, like wear your athletic clothes everywhere kind of vibe, which I'm personally here for because I don't really have a lot of normal clothes. I really only wear activewear and scrubs, so why would I have normal clothes? They have one core color, which is Onyx, which is always available, and then they do a bunch of limited releases for their other colors, which is what I have today. I have some limited release colors. I have the Matcha and Sea, I believe. Everything is made of their Sculpt Flex fabric, which is supposed to be a high compression microfiber nylon spandex blend. And the whole idea is that you get a set, which is a pair of leggings and a sports bra or top. And when you add those to the cart together, it comes down to $99. And if you get the sweatpants instead of the leggings, I think it's only $90 or something. I unfortunately didn't get any sweatpants because I went on the website like an hour after the launch, just like not really rushing, and all the sweatpants were gone. Kind of bummed because the sweatpants do look really cute. They're kind of that like baggy classic champion style sweats, but more expensive. So being $100 for a set, it's definitely not as expensive as Lululemon, because Lululemon is like $100 for a pair of leggings, but I would still put it in the mid to high price range. I actually really like this concept because I personally love matching sets, and they basically have one pair of leggings, which is a classic pair of seamless leggings, and then they have a ton of different tops. So you have a lot of options in terms of like how the set is going to look really based on the tops. I got 3 different tops, so we'll see how they work. None of them look super supportive, so we'll see. But yeah, without further ado, let's start talking about the sets. So first we have their seamless leggings in the color Matcha, and these were $65, so that's before the little set discount when you add both of them to the cart. So their sizing isn't my favorite. They have extra small, small, small medium, and medium large. So they're not the most inclusive in terms of a size range because it's really only 3 sizes. And I personally get really stressed when they do these kind of size things that's like small, medium, or like extra small, small, because sometimes I'm an extra small, sometimes I'm a small, usually I'm a small, and sometimes I'm a medium. So would it be extra small, small, or small, medium? I ended up getting the small medium because according to their size chart, that's a 4 to 6. And I think I'm really more of a 4 to 6 rather than like a 00 to like 2, which I think the extra small, small was, and like I'm not a 00. So they're basically just a classic seamless legging. There's not a ton of details, but there are a few. It's made of their Sculpt Flex fabric, which is supposed to be a high compression. These definitely feel like they will be pretty compressive. So they have a thick seamless waistband, and then they have some little ribbed details which kind of curve from the waistband down and then go along the side. So you do have that rib detail all the way along the side of the leggings. And honestly, that's it for the details. So these are gonna have to feel really nice, or else I don't know if a plain pair of seamless leggings is gonna be worth $65, but I'm not discounting them yet. They do have a cute little sewn in logo on the bottom. I like that that's really subtle because it's on the bottom of the leg, so it's not really huge all over the legging, and it is sewn into the fabric, which you guys know I like. And the fabric does feel really stretchy. My issue with seamless leggings sometimes is that the crotch can feel a little restrictive, and I'm going to show you a close-up of this crotch gusset because they paid a lot of attention to the seams, and this is definitely like higher quality than like a Gymshark gusset crotch, but the seams on the crotch are really stretchy, so I don't expect to be restricted. And all of the seams are kind of flipped over and internal, so you don't have any loose stitching at all, and it just looks like very like clean and seamless. Just as a comparison, these are the Gymshark Flawless Knit leggings, and I'm going to show you their gusset crotch. So their crotch gusset, you can see all the seams on the outside, which I think is a little less durable. So yeah, just as a side by side, these ones have all internal seams, and the Gymshark ones, the stitching is completely on the outside. So I think I prefer this for sure. So I'm liking the concept of these, but I don't think I'm like really totally impressed. So they actually were pretty tight to get on the legs, and they do feel pretty tight in my knees. They're definitely tight around this area. Like I have very minimal stretch in the rest of my legs. A little bit of stretch around here, but the waistband is slightly loose, so I'm not getting a whole lot of waistband compression. And that's kind of a pet peeve of mine when the legs are really tight and the waistband isn't so tight, because I can't really do much in terms of sizing at this point. I can't size down to the extra small because there's no way I'd be able to get them up my legs. But the waistband on this is just a little big, and I really don't enjoy loose waistbands. The fabric feels super soft and nice. Compared to other seamless leggings, I feel like I would compare this to the Gymshark Camo. It's slightly less thick and knit though, definitely a little thinner than that. And it's softer than something like Tala, but I feel like it's less stretchy than the Tala leggings. This might be pretty comparable to Jed North seamless leggings, except the Jed North ones fit me in the waist a little better. So they're pretty simple. Like I said, the only details is the ribbing going down the side, which kind of connects it to the tops. There's really not much going on in the booty area. I'd probably give them maybe like a medium on the booty scale, because I don't think they're doing a whole lot, but they're not like squishing me down, which is good. This kind of fabric would be good for performance, so I wouldn't expect any pilling, lint, anything like that. Sometimes with seamless leggings, you can get a lot of gathering around this region. Really not getting that. There's no camel or anything, so that's good. The only extra material is really in the waist. So hard to say what to do about sizing. I picked the best size I could have for me, which is the small medium, but it's not a perfect fit. You'd probably have a little bit of cellulite coverage. I wouldn't say full cellulite proof, because these are a little thinner than some, but they still are a pretty thick seamless legging. And these are not quite a full length on me. They're definitely more of a 7/8. They actually do feel pretty tight in the gusset seam region still. So for the legs, I would say medium to high compression, maybe high depending on how tight they are on you. I think in some places it's a high for me, but in like the thighs, it's probably medium to high. In the waistband, like light to medium compression. The waistband does go decently low. It's not one of those super tiny waistbands, so you might get a little bit of lower tummy control. But if you're looking for a ton of tummy compression, I'm not sure these are the ones. The waistband does still go over the booty, so that is still flattering. And these seams do kind of curve around the booty, so they add a little bit of shape, but there's no under booty contour or anything dividing the booty at all, which is why they're really only medium on the booty scale. So I don't really think these lived up to the hype. There are a lot of basic seamless leggings you can find like this with this same little side ribbing. Actually, I'm gonna insert a photo of these ones I've tried on Amazon before. They're also on AliExpress. The brand is Dutte, and they're super stretchy and like $13. The colors of these are really cute, and they're not bad leggings. I just think for the price and for the hype, I'm a little bit let down. I am kind of obsessed with these colors though, but if the leggings aren't worth it, they're not worth it. Then I got two of the tops to match the Matcha leggings. First, I got the ribbed high neck top. All of their tops have a really cute ribbed fabric. I'll show you a close up, but I'm definitely a fan. This was $48, which is a lot for a top, honestly. And their sizing is even worse for tops, so that was a little disappointing. So I did get one extra small and one medium large, because I'm not an extra small in sports bras, and I'm definitely not a large. So the extra small is supposed to be a 00 to 4 A through B cup, and the medium large is a 6 to 10 C through D cup. But what happens if you're like a 32 triple D, like which is what I am? I don't fit into any of those boxes. But I have my fair share of experience squishing into sports bras, so because these have so much room, I feel like I can definitely fit into them. I got this one in the medium to large, and like this is a medium to large, guys. This does not look very big, but ribbed fabrics do have a lot of stretch to them, so maybe it's just like kind of those like one size sort of fits things, even though they have two sizes. This one's rated as a full support. I don't really think it's gonna be a full support, considering it's really just a top, and like there are no bra pads, there's no actual bra support or anything, so this is definitely not the kind of top I would go working out in, just because there's no like tight band at the bottom to support, there's no pads, there's nothing really like actually being bra-like, so I don't really know how this is full support. It may be compressive, but supportive is a different question. But this has a super cute neckline. It's one of those high necklines that kind of scoops around, so maybe risk for side boob. So here's the fabric. It's the same exact color as the leggings, except this is more of a ribbed material. So here's the high neck ribbed top in the medium to large, and this doesn't really feel like a classic medium to large, but it is super stretchy. I still feel like the bra band is actually pretty compressive on me, so I would say you could probably go with either size, like depending on where you are. Forgot to mention they do have their little set logo on the bottom here sewn into the fabric. I kind of wish they had the option of cup pads at least, This isn't super supportive. It's more like wearing like a bralette kind of thing, which as someone with bigger girls, I do like a little bit of support, and I don't think any of their sports bras come with any pad options. So I don't think that's the most inclusive, but I feel like they're kind of going for that like laid back vibe where like no one wears bras anymore, which like I'm still on that bra hype, guys. I don't know why everyone hates on bras because like I love bras. So the side boob actually isn't as bad as I thought. There really isn't that much. I do feel pretty secured. It is high neck and I do think it's cute. Kind of accentuates those shoulders, you know. Kind of lost some of my shoulder gains in quarantine, unfortunately. And it goes into a racer back, and it is very comfortable. I feel like the way this is designed, it's not hurting my shoulders at all. The straps are pretty thick, so it's kind of dispersing all the like pressure. But let me tell you, when I put this on, we were noticing some nippage. So if it's cold outside and you're not into that look, I'm personally not really into the showing your nips look. I just feel weird about it. I don't really want people staring at that, but that's just me. I know people are into it, so if that's for you, maybe this shirt is for you. But yeah, as you can tell, they said this is a full support. I am definitely jiggling around, so it's not supportive. If you have a smaller cup size, this would actually probably be fine. It's very comfortable and it is really cute, but I would definitely consider this more of a top and definitely not something you'd want to be working out in. And then I also got the ribbed V in Matcha. This is also $48. This one is super cute. It has a little V. It has the same ribbed fabric. I got this one in the extra small, so we'll see how that fits. Honestly, it looks very similar in sizing to the medium large. And it comes into a little tee back. And I just checked the website and they said that this is a full support. A spaghetti strap, full support. Don't make me laugh, said Active. But you know, don't knock it till you try it, so I'm gonna try this on. So I thought I would line up the bottom bands for sizing comparison, and keep in mind the one on the top is the extra small, and the one in the back is medium large. And they are totally lined up on this side, and this is literally the only difference in sizing. So there's like a centimeter difference between medium large and extra small. So really the tops are more of a one size, I guess. So we'll see which one fits me better, but I would probably just go with your smaller size. All right, so here's the ribbed V bra. I really like the shape of this one and I think it's really cute. This is the extra small, and to be quite honest, it does not feel like any different than the medium large. This one also has the little set logo right here. I really do like the subtle branding of it. Same situation with the last one, no built-in cup pads. You might have some nippage if it's cold out. They said this is a full support and it's really not. It does provide a little hold and compression, but I wouldn't say it's supportive. Like I don't feel very lifted or anything, which I wouldn't expect out of a spaghetti strap sports bra anyway, but it does say full support on the website, so I just wanna share that I don't really feel like it is. It's a super open back, so I really like how breathable this is, and I definitely feel like it's great for summer. It'd be cute if they had some nice shorts. They definitely do have shorts, I just didn't get them because they weren't in the launch that I was shopping. This one, there's no side boob spillage, and there is a V cut, but I don't feel like it's cleavage city. There's also not really a lot like pushing them up. So yeah, I feel like it's really cute, definitely for girls with smaller girls, or if you just don't really care about being supportive. This is really more of a bralette vibe, but and lastly, I got these same leggings in the same size, just the small medium, but this is the color Neptune. I said it was C earlier, but it's actually Neptune. It feels basically the same. Sometimes darker leggings have a little less stretch to them, so I will compare when we put them on, but I probably won't spend too much time talking about these. Same gusset crotch, same details. Peach, very nice of you to join us. How's it going, Peach? All right, so the leggings are the same situation. These might fit me a tiny bit better than the green ones, but the waistband still does not have the kind of hold and compression I want. It's not like really gaping per se, but you can just tell it's just not quite against me as it really should be. There's not much to say. I love this color. I think it's better than, hello guys. All right, there they go. I think the color is really cute, and I think these ones do fit a little better. The stretch is the same, so I think that all of the colors should be pretty similar. So yeah, they're pretty comfortable. In certain areas, they do have a good amount of stretch. The waistband thing might just be for me, like if you have a bigger waist, it probably will be pretty compressive on you. Like this is just me, but I'm just saying I have a lot of leggings that are very compressive in the waist and still are stretchy. So they're not uncomfortable, they actually are pretty soft. I've heard people compare these to a Gymshark Energy Seamless, and I don't really agree with that. The Energy Seamless is a lot more shiny. This is more of a matte knit material, more similar to the camo, but with a little bit less stretch. I'm just saying I don't think that they're really wowing me. And I got the ribbed one shoulder bra. This one looked super cute on the people I've seen wearing it. I don't know how functional it's really gonna be. I've personally never worn a one strap sports bra. I just don't think really, you know, secure me very much. But maybe if you're not doing anything too intense. So we'll see, but I got this in the extra small again. As we saw before, probably is not gonna make much of a difference. It seemed pretty small though, and it does have the little logo on the bottom here embroidered into the fabric, so we love that. But yeah, let's hope for the best. So I did get the smaller size in this one, but as we saw before, the sizing doesn't make that much of a difference in terms of like more fabric. So I just don't think this is a very functional or flattering bra. Only half of this girl over here is being covered. I feel like any movement I make, I'm gonna lose her even at the bottom or the top. This side is perfectly covered. She's all in well. She is definitely getting the short end of the stick. I thought maybe this would be okay for like yoga or something, but this amount of coverage is just really not enough for a bigger cup size. That may be fixed by sizing up, but I don't really know. And I think they definitely meant a low support on this. While this side, it feels pretty supported, there's really nothing lifting this girl up, so she's kind of just like not being very lifted, you know? This is definitely more of a statement rather than function piece, so I'm gonna have to pass on this one. But yeah, I liked the idea, and I feel like people looked really cool wearing this, but not for me. Again, no cut pads, no anything. Alright guys, so that is it for my review of Set Active. It definitely does seem like more of an athleisure rather than functional brand. I didn't feel like any of the bras were very functional at all. Some of them really not functional. The leggings were fine. I had a few issues with fit. I definitely feel like they could expand or change their size range just because the extra small, medium, large thing is just a little confusing. It's never really been my favorite choice of sizing. I feel like I wasn't really impressed with the leggings for how much hype they got, especially since they are $65 and they're a pretty basic pair of seamless leggings. I have very similar leggings that I like better than this that are half the price or less. Not to say that everything from Set Active is bad. I didn't get to try their shorts and I didn't get to try their sweatpants, which both seem really cool, but overall I think this is definitely more of a like for the looks type of brand rather than something I'd really choose to work out in and something that I'd be reaching for a lot. I hope this video was helpful. I know I've gotten a ton of requests to review this brand, so I hope this helped you in your purchasing decisions. It's definitely cute stuff, not gonna lie. I took some bomb selfies, but I won't be working out in them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!